Hello and welcome to another Nikomedias tutorial. I got some questions how I made my last picture. This is just a picture what I made for fun, just for a profile picture for the for Facebook and so. And yeah, but some people want to know how I did this, and especially how I did the texturing and this. Yeah, and this twisted look here. Okay, so let's make it. It's not so hard, you will see it. Yeah, for this twisted donut, we can make more ways. There are more ways. There are some very easy ways, but I did a more complicated way because I wanted another mesh, and I want to show you the more complicated way. It's not complicated. I show it the harder way too, because I think this is usable for some other things too. So the easiest way would be go to the cylinder, make no caps, and let's say, I don't know, 8 segments and some height segments. Okay. And now just take this, select the cylinder, give a spline wrap under the cylinder, so shift key and click on it. Then we need something to wrap on. This is a circle. And now simply go to the spline wrap and drag in the circle here. We get something like this. This is not what we want. Go to the axis and go to +Y. Okay. Good. This means we need some height segments. Something like this. Okay, but I want this circle a little smaller, so to get a thicker donut here. Let's go to 120, okay. 100. Okay. And now I want, of course, to rotate to twist these things. So I go to my spline wrap. First, I put my cylinder here in a connect object, because I'll do it later so that you can see what I mean. I go to the cylinder, to the spline wrap, and go here to this up a little bit to rotation. And here in this window, I right click on it and go to the spline presets. I want linear. And let's say I want 200%. Maybe even 300%. Let's see how this looks with the subdivision surface. Yeah, here, see what I mean. You see this thing here. So we are not connected here. If I go to my cylinder and put it in the connect object, hold the Alt key and connect object, and you see it's immediately connected. But it doesn't look. It looks not nice, but I go to my connect object and go up here. It doesn't. That's nice. Okay. Yeah, but this you see it, the geometry. It's not what I want. It looks simply not nice. Okay. So this is would be the first way. So go out of the. Yeah, we can try it. One with this. I would go to 200 here. Now it looks a little better, but let's see how this looks rendered. See, we have a lot of everything we don't need. Okay, this is the first way, and I delete it. Second way would be the same, more or less, with a cloner. Just clone a cylinder and wrap the cloner with a spline wrapper. And my way was this is a little more work, but it's a better, much better result. So now I have it. I go to the plane and 200 by 200, and let's say 16 is okay here. Then I go to plus set. Okay. Select my plane, go to under the deformer, hold my shift key, and I use the wrap deformer here. Get something like this. So here I want 50 radius, and now I have a half of a normal cylinder. When I would make a cylinder here, we know the cylinder would be 200 high and 50 radius. So we have 200 height and 50 radius, but we have only a half, but that's okay for now. And we have a nice geometry here. So okay, so what I do now is I want to rotate my plane. So R for rotation, and I want to rotate it 45 degrees. Hold the shift key and you get increments. At default you have increments of 10 for your in your settings. You have seen I have increments of 5, and if you want to change these two, it's quite simple. Go to your attribute manager, to mode, modeling, and here under quantize you can set your quantization or whatever. Okay, so next thing, now I put back my wrap under the plane, and this is what I want. Next thing what I want to go down with the width here until the first 2 points here, the front points are touching, or almost touching it. So something like this here. Okay, good. Now I right click on it and current state to object. I make a backup folder and put my plane in the backup folder, so maybe I need it later on. Okay, then the script, backup script, and all things I used you will find in the description of the video, of course. The plane here, I see the axis is not correct for me. So I go to the axis tool, activate it, and here I go back to null. Okay, deactivate the axis tool, and I want to center the axis. And this is the magic center. If you don't, you will find it in the description, as I said. But if you don't want it here, you can go to the axis tool. So yeah, this tool you will find under mesh axis center here, and set everything to null and execute. Okay, now I copy my plane here and rotate it 180 degrees. Now I see it's overlapping exactly here. What I want now is I take both, so select both, right click and connect objects and delete. Okay, but here I see I have some problems. This is because it's not optimized here, so that some points are not welded together, so we still two objects here, and this we can easily fix with optimization. So you can go in the point mode, select nothing or all points. You know, I just click somewhere in the viewport, so then deselect everything, and it works. Right click and optimize. Okay, do you see it does not work. That means we need here, next to the optimize, we have a gear, and we need here a higher amount. So let's go to, let's say, 1 centimeter. And now it works. But you have to be careful. If you take the number too high, you will weld points together you don't want to weld. So let's say you could say that you weld these two points together then if you make a too high amount. So make small steps You can do it, in this case, you can do it like this too. You go back a little bit to this thing here. Put the plane here, select it and put it in the connect object. That works too. And the connect object is not null.1, it's null.1 and it's enough. If I go to null.01, you see this would be the optimize thing. And here you can go small steps and I say, see, this is okay. Go to connect object and just hit C and everything is connected. Good. Now we have this, but we have a problem with this one. This ending does not fit with this in this ending, of course. But I wanted to show you this thing because sometimes you want a cylinder or a glass or something else, and you want this diamond pattern and not a rectangle pattern normal. And so you get a cylinder with diamonds. So I'll show you very quick here. That's very easy. Show you something. So go to rectangle selection and select 2 points here. MM for connect the points. MM. Okay. Then go these points and delete it. And so I have a nice cylinder with a diamond pattern. And sometimes you need this, and so you get this. Okay, back to everything. Okay. So what I said is we need this ending and this ending we need to fit in, so or something else or so. Okay, they take the connector, let's say a tube or whatever, and I copy it, control drag down, E for the move tool, or first I R for rotation, and I rotate it 90 degrees. Okay, and now I move it up, and you see this fits then. And I want that it fit exactly to here, so what I want is to use the snapping tool, bring it out here, and I will snap, but it does not work now. You see, it snaps not on this point. This is because we need the axis here on this point, and this we can do quite simple. Go to this view, and I hold my L key just to activate the axis tool here. If you hold your L key and drag down the axis, you see it snaps to the points. I want this point. Okay. And here I hold my L key, go up and snap it to the first point here. Oops, snaps in. That's what I want. Okay. And now I can drag this whole thing and drag it down. And now you see it snaps exactly to the point where I want it. And disable snapping, that's it. Next step, we want to connect these 2 points so that they are melted at these 2 things. What you can make is again make a connect object, put both in a connect object, and you see, okay, this is enough connection. Everything looks fine, so it looks without connection, so it looks fine. Now I go to the connect and hit C. We are connected. Okay. Was very important that I rename it to tube. Okay. So, and the next thing is we want a donut. Let's go to this and MoGraph cloner, alt click on the cloner, and yeah, 2 clones is here enough. The height I don't know, but I know how to know. Go to my connect object in point mode. Take this point here and this point here, and here I have the height what I need, so I select it and copy, Control C, go to my cloner, put this in here, Control V, and whoops, and we fit exact. Okay, and again I want to connect everything here, but first I want to work with the deformer. And to work with the deformer and the cloner, we have to put the cloner in a null object. So Alt G, select the null object, the cloner, and Alt G. Then select the null object, go to the Spline Wrap, Shift click on it, and we have it inside. And everything what is in this null now will be affected by this Spline Wrap. So, and again we need something to wrap on. A circle would be nice. Go to the Spline Wrap, drag in the circle. Again, go up to +Y. And I want to keep the length. Okay. And now I want to connect everything. Well, I'll show you a little later. But first I make this circle smaller. I come to here, so even smaller, until they touch in almost. Okay. And now I put the null in the connect object, select the null, go to the connect object, alt click on it, and now here we can work with the connect object and go with 0.1 up. So I hold the alt key and go to the small arrows here, go up until everything is welded. And with 1 centimeter we have sure everything is okay. Good, now I make a backup folder, put this connect thing in the backup folder, control drag it to have a copy, deactivate everything here, so, and on this connect object I just press C and have one object. This is this donut. I don't want to see this, right? Okay. And now I have exactly the mesh I want. This. Now let's continue. Let's save it first. Test. No, twisted donut. I have a twisted donut. Twisted donut here. Just overwrite it. Yes. Okay. And now let's start to texture this guy. First I need a selection, UL. So I take this two, then I two not, two, and two not. Okay. Then I set the selection, so I store the selection. I have my selection deck here. If you don't have your set selection in the toolbar, go to select, and here you find set selection. Now, so that's all fine now. But what I wanted to do is to work with the tension deck and with a vertex map to texture. And unfortunately, I want to work with the bevel deformer too, and the bevel deformer and the tension deck, they don't like each other, I think. Or the vertex map with the bevel deformer. I'll show you what I mean. Normally I would take now a connect object, right click, go to tension, to character and tension deck. This tension deck recognizes it when points move. And go in my tension deck here, so I make here an own window for it. Okay. And I fix the tension, or later you can fix it too, and make a stretch map here. And now we have here a vertex map. Fix tension. When I click on this vertex map, okay. And now I want the bevel deformer. I take a bevel deformer, In this bevel deformer I drag my selection deck here. Use angle I don't need when I have a selection. And now I drag the bevel deformer under my connect object here. Of course we don't see nothing because we have a polygon selection and we have here edges. We have to go here to polygons. And we get this. And normally everything what comes out here should be yellow now at this moment. But that does not work. You see, now it works, the bevel deformer works like a extrusion. That would be nice, an extrusion deformer would be nice. You see, we have here the polygon extrusion and we can work with the extrusion, so I don't want to go up here. I can get to work with the subdivisions. I want just one subdivision. Go with the depth down. So I have here a sharp edge. Let's put this everything in a subdivision surface. So then we see what we get. NI for the isopalms view. Okay. And as I said, normally this should be yellow. Sometimes it works. It works. I never got it to work correctly. So, but sometimes when I hit now fit tension or fixed tension, disable this and enable it again. No. Sometimes it worked and gave me totally wrong results. But now it does not work in any way. Maybe. No, it does not work. So, and I show you what it should do. So I delete this vertex map here. Drag out the bevel deformer. And now I go to my connect object, double click the selection deck, so I selected my selection, MS for bevel, and now I first I make now a extension, make a new map, a new vertex map, of course, a stretch map, fixed tension, and now MS for beveling. And bevel it out. Something like that. And if I go, you see, now my vertex map looks like it should look. But now it's hard to work again with the vertex with the bevel deformer, because if you don't continue to work with the bevel deformer, if you work something other things in between, you make another bevel on this bevel, and this is not what we want. So what I can do is this: I go back here, I use the bevel deformer just to see what I want. So here I can work with something funny. So maybe this, say -4. You go up here to -15. Okay, this looks nice, and I say, okay, this is what I want it like this. So you just remember it. So -15 here, -4 here, and the depth -100. You can write it down or something else. And now I go to here, make my selection, MS, and put in here what I want. So -15 here. No, not at offset. Offset was -4. Subdivision is 1. Depth down. Here -15. Enter. So now I have exactly this what I want. And now I have exactly the tension deck works perfect. So, and this is what I need. Okay. I need this vertex map. So let's start. Control S for shift for save. Let's start to texture this guy. So I want a new texture, of course. So I go to my texture manager here, double click in the texture manager to make a new material, double click on the material to work with it. So I want the reflectance, and I want here something like Lite, and so I go to the Fresnel dielectric, and let's see, oil vegetable, no specular, and something 25 roughness. Okay, and put it on my donut here. Looks nice. I just dragged the material on my donut directly. You can drag it here in the object manager too or something, but I just dragged it on my donut. If you have an earlier version than the R18, you won't see this view, this specular and something else. This is just a new feature in R18. Okay, but when I render now, what I will see is exactly nothing, and we don't see nothing with GI2. Of course, we have nothing to light, we have nothing to reflect. What we need is something to reflect and light. So for this, of course, I use my Nikomedias Scene Rig Pro. Just click on the scene rig, add the scene rig. We don't need a floor here. So go to the scene rig, background and floor down, floor off. Okay, and if we render this now, oopsie. If you render it, come on, Control R. If you render this now, you see, just with a one click on this rig, we have lighting, we have specular, we have everything. Okay. The next thing is, I don't want, let me make an interactive render here. And let's make here quadra, so 720 by 720 for the moment. Okay. So, okay, now I use my camera rig, here, activate it, do deep pinching, and come on. I have to whoopsie, so a little up here. Okay, looks nice. And now I want, in between here, I want a glass. So I made it a glass texture here. I go to my material and make it transparent. Nice. So I take here about 1.6, normal glass is 1.517. Okay, I want a little blurriness here, 5. If you make the test render, you don't have to activate the blurriness because this needs longer to render, but you see it's not so much longer. And what I want now, at first I make a little color for it. That's nice, so something like that. Okay. And now I want it just between these black things here. I go to the texture here, to effects and vertex map. Click on the vertex map here, and now I drag my vertex map from the tension map here, from the tension deck, just inside here. And what I see now is exactly the opposite what I want. So I invert it. And now I have here out the black, and in between I have the glass texture. So, but it's all white now, and we have to go here from the mix mode from normal to multiply. And we get this. And this is exactly what I want. I want more contrast too, of course, so I go to my rig and go to background and floor, and let's say I want an orange rig, so I can play with the hue and saturation too. Just a little darker, of course. Okay, it looks nice. And go up with the saturation here. And a little orangey maybe. Yellow. That's too much. If you don't want to work with to play with the hue here, you can of course make your own. Let's say, okay, I want take a color from here, this color, okay, delete this, and if you want to delete a handle here, just click on it and drag it down, and if you want a new handle here, just click on any position just under the color and you get another handle. This I make darker. Okay, and now I make everything darker. Okay, let's say that's no, let's not say, because I do not really like this. No, that's not what I want. And I don't want the yellow here, so for the moment I go back and make the default. I make it black, so this is set to default. So for the moment I let it like this and go down here. Yeah, that looks best, I think. But we can render it out later with the alpha channel, and so we can use every background we want in Photoshop. So, but I don't like the color of the here. Okay, that looks much better. Exit reflections are fake, but this is a fantasy thing, so it's adaptive. Okay. Yeah, what I have is now in the reflectance we have this layer and this transparent layer, and we have 25% roughness here, but this means this roughness goes over the glass too. So here, when I don't want this, I just have to make one thing. I go to the layer mask and put in the layer mask the vertex map too. So I go here and go to the effects, vertex map, drag in the vertex map. Now you see, now it's much more clear, the glass, and this is still rough. And this is what I want. I don't want to affect the glass with my roughness here. If I want roughness on the glass, I can do it here in the blurriness or reflectance, under transparency. We have here roughness too. So okay, that's good so far. And now I want this some bump here on this, how I did it in the original one here. Okay, I want this, I have seen it, I want this more orange. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. I just show you how the texture, you can do it then for you. Now I want this bump. I go to the bump channel and need some noise. Okay, let's see, I want here dense. Good so far. And what I don't want is, again, maybe you want it, I don't want it. I don't want the noise on the glass. So what can we do here? We go to the texture and make a layer. Then we take, what a surprise, a vertex map. Put it under our noise here. Put in the vertex map. And now we have to set the vertex map to layer mask. And now you see on the glass, no bump, and on the outside here, bump. Exactly what I want. Now I go back to my dense, and I want the dense a little sharper here, so I do it like this. Yes, they almost look like water drops, but they are a little too deep for me, so I go to the strength, and 10 should be enough here. Yes. Okay. I like this glowing here in this. It looks just great. And now what I want to do, let's try again if I find a nice background here. I just want it darker, so make it darker here. Okay. Yes, that's better now. Okay, and now what did it? Yeah, I wanted to try another lighting for other reflections. I go to my rig and let's use my layout for the HDRIs tutorial HDRI. So, and let's try another rig first. I try here with HDRI settings, preview on, and rotate it, and I have a preview. Where are the lights? And here I have a stronger light, you see. Maybe this looks better when I use this. It's a little better, but I think here we have more fun with just some indoor lights. This could be fun with the TV screen. With the that's great. With the blue TV inside. Let's make the reflection brightness more. How does it look? Bigger? It's fun, but it's not what I want. So let's go back to the HDRI tests. Indoor. Let's see what we have here. We have a lot here. What's that? Let's try this. Doesn't matter what this is. Yeah. That doesn't look so bad. Of course, we can go overdo it and see. Whoa, that is shiny. Yay! I think I like. Oopsie, that's the wrong thing. I think I like this. Go to back to this layout. Yeah, why not? Or we go back to simply the simple studio light. But I think this is not bad. This quite nice. But the background does not fit. I think here is the best one. We take a normal black and white background. Go again back to reset to default. Yeah, that looks great. Okay, let's make a better render out of this, a nice render, and then go a little to Photoshop and enhance this a little bit. Okay, I'm back for you in a second. Okay, I'm back with a really nice render here. And now let's see what we can do in Photoshop with it. So I copy this file, edit copy, or Control C, go to Photoshop. Whoops, so go to File, New, from Clipboard. Yips, but I want here a 16-bit. 16-bit and create. Okay, Control V to paste it in, and we have this. So normally it's just like a reflex. I hit Control J just to copy this layer and have the original layer down here. And now make a smart object out of it. Convert it to smart object. Control Shift A to go in the camera raw filter. Here go to 100%, so, and up with the clarity. And we get something like this. Wow. Okay, this is enough for here. Okay. Then I again make a smart object out of this. So right click, convert to smart object. And now filter, and I go to the Nig collection. You will find the filter, the links to the filters and everything in the description of this video. I take Color FX Pro. So, okay. Here I have the darken, light and center. Yes, this is okay for me. Let's go to 100% here. Let's see that. Every time I forget to make this in English, but it's easier. It's in English. It's the same, except these names you don't need. So this is darken, light and center. Yes, I take it definitely. Now hinzufügen means add, so I add a filter. Here I have my favorite filters, and here I click on all. I have all the filters. But here I have my favorite filters and the most. So here try the contrast color range. This is mostly too hard. So let's take the contrast only. contrast only, I definitely take. But before the contrast thing, I try to the detail enhance in extractor. So you see that this gets much more detailed. But this is, for this picture, it's not really necessary, because this is so sharp and so nice. I don't use it. I just take the contrast. Okay, then add a filter. Let's see what we can take now. What does cross processing for us? Nice. A glimmer glow. Don't need it here. Graduated nitrogen is it. I use it normally everywhere. I will use it here too, but not so hard. The upper brightness is this. I go to -10. That's enough. Just a little bit, okay. Then add Pro contrast, and let's see what we can play here. I like it like this. So okay, add, and I add the border for this thing, so we get even more contrast. So, oh, that's great. And I would say this is our result. Okay, and that's a big difference. The original render is, this render is even nice, but after Photoshop we get something like this. Okay, and I save it, of course. Save it under Twisted Donut. Okay, that's it for this tutorial. I hope you liked it, and I hope you learned something. And let's hope that tension tech and Playable Deformer works together in future. And let's hope maybe we get an extrusion deformer. That would be nice. And so yeah, that's it for the moment. If you have questions, just ask me here in the comments, or on my Facebook site, or on my website, or somewhere. And yeah, and if you have suggestions for tutorials, just tell me. And yeah, and you will find every link you need in the description. You will find every script there, every plugin I use. You will find, of course, the Nikomedias Scene Rig Pro. And yeah, and if you don't want to know what the Nikomedias Scene Rig Pro does, look at the playlist. I have just a playlist for just the rig, and there you will find every tutorial for the rig and everything, and you will see how it updates from time to time. And so it's a big update from the first one until to the 4.1 version now. And yes, and yeah, they find a link for the donation, of course, you will find in the description too. So if you want to donate, I would be very happy. And so I say thank you for watching. Hope you liked it, and hope to see you again in the next tutorial. And so yes, I say have a nice evening. Here, at least in Vienna, it's evening. And for you, have a nice day, and bye bye, tschüss und baba.